I'm a web designer. My talent is enhanced stereo.
That's the... His superhuman ability is to look at stuff in front of him using both of his eyes at the same time. Isn't that...
Okay, let's see if you're right.
Within that pattern.
You can see in 3D. Now, games that actually pay out money. This is a video we took at a bar who was given the challenge of finding misplaced letters on a big board.
Not be a mutant, but I feel that this ability...
This is why I'm always able to annihilate the top score in photo hunt games. Now, I have to admit, the ability to cross into almost identical boards. Now, more time. At least, our contestant Dennis Judd audio is 3D as well. Admit, I did have some difficulty doing the show's challenges while watching it at home, but that's only because they in Washington, D.C. Watching this stupid TV show called Superhuman on Fox, where these people with special skills compete for money. Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Reactor, and today's video is about that. He's saying he's amazed that this guy can use his eyes the same way that every single
images, I can bring them together and I can notice it.
Did you hear that?
Towards the center.
Towards the center.
Just left of center.
It's from my video titled Eating Garbage at the Park. It was made to be watched with a 3D.
See with our eyes, we see with our brains, and we have these built-in motion sensors. New car.
Okay. About shoulder length.
Yes. 40 to be exact.
How simple and stupid it is. Interesting side note, you could use this superpower to win at some casino photo hunt game. People that I'm talking about. John Bienick, Jeff Hollis, and Dennis Just.
Eyes at the same time, she doesn't know where I'm looking.
He looks at his girlfriend like this. I wonder why she doesn't like that. Anyways, the superpower I'm referring to is a common trait for Predator.
Third row, maybe 10 letters to the right of center.
Selectively edited the footage so that we never get a perfect side-by-side view for long. I suppose this 3D effect works by things in 3 dimensions. It may not sound like much at first.
My fiance, she doesn't get
headset, but for this, I'll be switching the images around horizontally so that it works just...
When I look at patterns, I'm able to overlap them within my mind and see kind of a 3D...
We match the tiles on the right panel. Think you got it?
I think I'll be able to... Woodstock.
Thank you, Mary Lynn.
Jeff Hollis. Incredible ability to look at stuff. Here are the 3 people.
He is unique to me. Of course I'm superhuman.
Did you hear that? John's vision is superior because he can see
get it necessarily.
Many people that have it.
These 2 walls, there are 18
by crossing your eyes. First, take a look at how our eyes are positioned in our heads. If you're able to merge them together, you should be able to see a 3D image of my...
Say this move.
Does it peel off? It does peel off.
Whoa. But I found one.
Really?
Yep.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What he has to do is not just...
From Berkeley, Michigan.
But even though it's a more difficult challenge, people with extraordinary abilities. So as next we have this guy. For this, I'm going to be using images. They are slightly different. It's these slight differences that create a 3-dimensional effect.
Stereoscopic vision. My vision is very precise. If something is different between 2... My name is Jeff Hollis. My
But tell us exactly what it is, and that's an extremely difficult job you've given him.
Did you get the way this idiot neuroscientist explained?
1,000
identical, but they're only going to stay identical for a short time.
Look at these two identical images. Now,
No.
Okay.
This is in the third.
I mean,
impressive. Apparently, not many people can.
Human ability is that I have
That
advanced.
is a lot of letters.
3,400. Need to find which 3 tiles have changed on the left panel and no longer identical.
Now cross your eyes so that the two images overlap. Looking at stuff, it's pretty simple. Or, in layman's terms, looking at stuff. His superhuman ability is looking at yourself. You might have already noticed that there's it on the show. You heard me.
Dr. Jundial, how far?
In space, they weren't aware that they could, but for some reason the producers at Fox and this idiot keep getting.
Unbelievable if you can pull this off.
This one, it's toward the
vision. So if there's two images side by side, if there's any difference.
Normally, you would probably have a difficult time seeing the difference. But look.
Stereoscopic vision.
Them together. Switching dominance between each eye. Next, take a look at these. Here's a clip of me playing it in a bar. So basically, these guys think they're special because they can look at stuff. But I really like. So like I said, I'm sure a lot of you already know how to do this. And those who don't, just simply.
scopic vision.
He's an anomaly, and I've only watched one full episode of the show because it's so incredibly stupid, but in researching for this video,
Mary Lynn here is going to switch 3 of the tiles.
they're mind blown by it. They even paid that dentist guy $50,000 for doing it on the show and winning. A single person with 2 eyes in their head uses them by overlapping each eye's vision. It's 2 different images. Superhuman, according to Cal Penn.
Yeah.
No. Now let me show you how it works.
432 squares. The 2 walls right now are identical.
Look what happens if you merge them.
Cars kind of have them too, but what?
She kind of gets freaked out when I look at both of her eyes.
That is literally why most of us are born with 2 eyes, so that we can see in 3 dimensions.
Tail.
Look at the first one, John. You might think these guys look more visually impaired than anything, but that's actually not the case. Let's take a
To do it, I hope so.
But listen to this.
How far beyond normal vision is this?
Well, this is over the top, and we don't actually.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Anyone with 2 eyes can see the world in 3D. But according to the neuroscientist, next, look at these images. If you view these images, no would lose its appeal if Fox actually let people try to do it at home, and they saw this. I recorded these pictures by mounting 2 identical GoPros together. About 3. Superpower is simply the original one, except I switched the images around so that my next meal. If the hyperrealism of the food is making you hungry, is they each have their own image. They're very close to being exactly the same, but because they're taking up 2 different positions.
You're gonna have to reach for this one.
It's still pretty easy in my opinion. Do you see how your mind connects the 2 pictures into a single image? Pause the video if you need bored.
My name is Dennis Just, and my superhuman ability is exceptional.
And last, but definitely not in our brains. So here's your first challenge in learning this trick. Cross their eyes. Yep, that's it. If you can cross your eyes, you're a super on the show. You're wrong. Let's watch John do his thing.
Now, John, on these.
All right. I see the first one.
Okay.
That's amazing, man.
Looks like a resurgence of...
You know, I've found that they've had at least 3 different people with the exact same superpower. I apologize. Finally, here's an image from the photo hunt game that you'll find in most bars. 3 inches apart, just like... The way our eyes work, so this guy John is able to find different colored squares.
That's insane.
So, using what I just showed you, can you see how obvious the differences are?
I'm then able to see any minute or small changes.
Do you see the difference flickering in the image like a strobe light? That's because your brain sees videos, which is much more difficult than finding colored square. Bieniek.
My name is John Bieniek. I am 32 years old.
Middle left of this screen, about center eye level, and it's a taxi cab.
Ways, they made him find 3 differences between 2 by simply crossing your eyes instead of needing a 3D headset. I also suggest wearing headphones because the
Between them, they're immediately apparent.
end of my explanation, so now I'm going to show you a clip from my garbage eating video. The video is the same as yours, so now I'm going to explain exactly what they're doing in case you haven't already figured it out.
So the first
Because there's not many. Effect to it.
Dennis Just. No. 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 No.